Did you think it went a bit fast at the start?
It did.
And then it
did.
slowed
I
down.
noticed that as well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like how's
How are
it
we all
going?
doing? How are we doing? We've got quite a few people in already. It's good to
How
see.
is everyone? Happy Friday night. Happy Friday night.
Nigel, I was playing on your yo-yo with the Yo Adrian.
Yo,
If you know the film. Perfumes
who we
with
got in
Pat.
the house? So we've got Nige, we've got Pat, we got Rich Mitch, we have Ian, we've got Brian. How is everyone this evening?
How has your week been? You know what? Before I come in here, I had a food coma. You know where you're on the sofa and you're like, oh my god.
And then you realise you've got to go and just jump online for the next couple of hours.
Cuban Groove.
How's it
How are you
going?
doing?
How are you, mate? How's your week been?
I think it's flown by this week. It's gone pretty quick. It's been busy, but it's flown by. Work has been keeping me occupied, to say the least.
To say the least, yeah. I was about to say, to say the least, yeah. And I think it's, because we did the last live we did was on Sunday.
Yeah.
It always feels like when we go from a Sunday to a Friday, it always feels like we were only just doing the last one like a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it wasn't that long ago. So, but yeah, it's been a busy ass week, mate. Busy ass week. But it's Friday, and that means tomorrow is the weekend. So it makes it go faster. Then I'm good. I am good.
We can all relax and chill out a little bit, even though we've been chilling out for the past
Friday
year.
drink, chill out, and just get ready for the weekend.
Oh yes. Shall I go over the topics and then we can start off with
For sure.
So we're going to switch it around when we go over the favorite videos of the week. So we'll go over that. We've got a movie quiz and fragrance picture quiz.
Oh yeah, we've got a picture game for you again.
Yes. We've got a few fragrance topics. So one of them is our niche houses overcharging. We've got a random topic where we've chosen our squad. Who would you choose to protect you? So we've picked 5 movie characters and chosen 5 fragrances that would go with our squad. And
that's right, baby.
Another fragrance topic that we're going to go over is, what do our family and friends think of this hobby or doing a fragrance channel on YouTube? So that will be quite interesting. Yes. I think you'll get 2 very. I think 2. You might get varying answers. I think on that one, it could be good for just a good chance to see how everyone feels about it. Yes, Chris, thanks for joining us, mate. Evening. 2 tests a week for me, fella. Gagging a fuzzy nose.
Yeah, I think, is that you talking about you'd having to do 2 COVID tests? I know a lot of people that work for NHS, and they're having those like unilateral tests that tell them constantly do it. Yeah, that tell them the results within half an hour, which is good because obviously you get to reassure yourself that you are healthy and not being attacked by a virus. But it's like I said, 2 times a week. So a couple of people I know actually are doing it like every Tuesday, every Wednesday. Sorry, every Tuesday, every Thursday. It's madness, really. Madness. So, shall we go over what we've been wearing this week, and then we can go into what we've been watching? For sure. So, I've mixed it up a little bit this week. Instead of wearing kind of like, because it's been like bitterly cold. It's been like super, super cold over the last 2 weeks or so, and it's kind of it has where we are anyway. It's not been as cold, so I've not felt the need to kind of like reach for like really rich, dark fragrances. But the first one I found myself wearing this week was this little gem,
Mr. Office.
mate. Like I forgot, like because it's been a while since I've worn it. I forgot just how nice this actually is. Like it's really. What's going on? Are we coming through to everyone? Are we coming through? Yeah, it looks like we're coming through. Yeah. Like I forgot how nice it actually is, and the other thing about it that I completely forgot about is just how powerful it is, like how long lasting it is. It's an absolute monster. And it's really, really good. Yeah, and I like I said, because I've not worn it for a long, long time, it's just been sat there. And I love it. Like I can't deny it. Like I really do love it. And I know that he gets a lot of flack for it, he gets a lot of hate for it, but when it comes down to it, it's really nice. I can't really say anything more than that. Really, it's just really bloody nice.
Benjamin, thanks for joining us, mate.
Hey, how's it going?
So one of mine is a sample that I purchased, and I received it this week, and it is really, really nice. Don't know if you can see this.
Yeah. Casamorati.
It's Lira by Zerjoff. So I went on a bit of a sort of gourmandy fragrance hunt. I wanted to give this a blast, so got a nice little sample, and this is really, really nice. Especially when it dries down, it's got that nice sweetness to it, and yeah, I think I need to try it a bit more to appreciate it, but yeah, this is very, very nice.
Yeah, sounds like, I think, yeah, from what I've seen of that, and I mean, I've not smelled it myself, so yeah, but like I'm a gourmand lover myself, so, and with it, like you saying, being quite vanillic and stuff like that, it's I think it's like a no-brainer that I would immediately love it. But again, on the flip side to something gourmand and heavy and rich and delicious, I've been wearing this.
No.
Again, I forgot how bloody good it is. And I think it's just been, because it's, like I said, it's been a bit warmer. Not warmer. I would choose my words carefully there. It's not been as cold. I've just wanted to feel like fresh and clean. Not that I'm not fresh and clean, but I mean, I just wanted to have a fresh feeling, and that has it in abundance. The raspberry note in Individual is just so good. Nice. And I was watching a video. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Ian at Mason and Crew. I was just flicking through some of his videos, and he did an unboxing of it. And it was amongst a few others. And I was just like, I haven't worn that in a while. Let's crack that on. And yeah, I forgot how much I love it. It's just so many, because you got so many in there. It's just when you think of one that you've not worn for a while, you just kind of go, yeah, I can get down with that.
I got the I got the wife's mum to get her dad a bit of Individual.
Because
he likes Dupe, and it's got that similar smell. So yeah, he really likes Individual.
It's I've not got the full bottle, but like the similarity between that and Dupe and original Santal by Creed. Like I've got a decant of original Santal, and I genuinely can't tell the difference, really. Like I don't know if it's just me just saying it, but I when I wear them both on the same hand, one, like the whole house smells of it, but two, like I can't really tell much of a difference between the two, and one is like £1,001, and one is like cheap as chips. So,
Mitch, I've seen that you've been on a bit of a spending spree. What you been buying?
Spending spree.
Cuban, have you been seeing Jeremy in his pants interviewing on the beach?
causing havoc and thrusting his hips everywhere.
Yeah.
Power.
So I've been using my Proxima this week.
Proxima.
You know what? I've got a fleece, and I think it smells of about 10 different fragrances. So when I put it on, it's like you get hit with all these different smells. Yeah, it's dead nice. Yeah, I'd probably say they're the main ones that I've worn this week. Tested. I've been testing a few other samples, but I'm going to go over them in some future videos. So we've got, very, very. You know what? There's a fragrance that I want to try. Not try. I want to get, but it got discontinued, and I really love it. And it was dirt cheap when it was out. I think it was about £19 a bottle. And when it got discontinued, the price went up to like 50, 60 quid. And that's Calvin Klein Crave. Crave was, I loved it.
Came in that weird ass bottle as well, didn't it?
Yeah,
like
plastic bottle. Kind of with a bit of orange in it. Really nice. I've been trying to see if anyone's been doing a clone of it. But yeah, that was one of my faves from Calvin Klein, and I was a bit pissed that they discontinued it. But
we got that many, haven't they? Especially if it didn't do as well as others. I mean, Calvin Klein was his name. Calvin Klein. Oh my god, CK1.
Yeah.
Which went out of my head. Is never going to go. Like, so I imagine they just probably play around with various different releases that they've got and just see who can match it, but no one's ever going to match that. And then what I've been wearing today is actually, I've got a decant of it. I've not got a full bottle of it, and it was sent to me by Baz. Good old Baz there. Good old big pockets. And it's Zaharoff signature Port Homme. Again, very, very different to what I would normally wear, but it's just bloody gorgeous. It really is. Like, I've got it on my hand at the minute. I mean, I'm wearing it, but I've resprayed it again just to kind of get both. And it's just so, like, when I first smelled it and I first sprayed it, I was kind of like, I don't think this is going to do it for me. Like, I really don't think this is going to do it for me.
I thought it was a bit granny-ish.
First. It's very, it's very traditional, and I feel cautious about using the word old, but it feels very traditional and very old school, should I say? Yeah. But then something happens like after half an hour, and that just completely goes almost, and then it just completely switches and it turns on its head, and then it just starts to get a little bit more modern, a little bit sweeter, a little bit deeper, and you just kind of go, "What? The deeper." It's definitely not. It doesn't feel like it's the same fragrance half an hour in to what it is when you first spray it. Like, you could almost say that smells completely different, which I know I'm glad that, you know, after the first kind of like 10, 15 minutes, you kind of stick with it and I didn't wash it off the first time, because the dry down is just incredible. And it just, it makes me like, when something like that happens, it really makes you smile, because it's kind of like, it's just a nice surprise. You know what I mean?
You could write it off, couldn't you, on the first spray?
Absolutely. Like, if it was just a first impressions and you go, no, that's definitely not for me. I suppose it just is a bit of testament to the fact that if you're looking into things, you really need to kind of try them over a period of time, whether that's a couple of hours, a couple of days, or whatever. But you really kind of need to see it through, rather than just going, no, that's crap or whatever. Well, it's not for me. But yeah, it's really quite addictive. It's really quite addictive, because it's got, I don't know, it's got something to it. It's just,
oh my god.
But I'm quite cautious that I don't want to, because like I say, I've got this decant of it. I'm quite cautious that I don't want to use it all, because I could literally, like, knowing what it smells like, I could bathe in it. And because it is quite versatile, like, it doesn't really matter the kind of weather. It could be as the name is, it could be a signature scent, couldn't it? So you could wear it a lot very, very quickly. Like you could blast through it very, very quickly. So I get cautious about how much I want to put on, so I don't want to run out.
Indecent, thanks for joining us. Ian, individual doesn't do it for me.
Unsubbed.
See you. Right, let's have a look at what Rich Mitch has been buying.
2 bottles of Balenciaga pour homme, Givenchy Intense, Fendi Uomo, Ferrari for Man, Lau para Ombre. Oh my gosh, this just keeps on going. Vintage Polo Sport Malto by Smelto, Van Cleef & Arpels Saar, Loud. You really have been on a spending spree. 2 bottles of Balenciaga pour homme. 2 bottles.
That good. That's some spending.
That really is. And they ain't no cheapies.
Splashing the cash. I eat pears now and shit like that. Oh, he hasn't finished.
So have you been wearing anything else, Nick?
No. I think them ones were my sort of main. I think there was a few samples, but I think I need to test them a bit more, and they're going to come up in some future videos that we're going to do. So yeah,
for sure. Yeah, we've got a couple of ideas for different videos coming up, haven't we? So
yeah,
hopefully that'll keep us busy.
Yeah, boy. So
what have you been watching? What have you been watching this week, mate? A lot of nothing, or
a bit of nothing. I've only watched one main thing, in terms of a film, and it was Monsters of Man. It was
I've never heard.
Yeah, it's a cheap budget film that tries to be big budget, and basically it's these 4 robots that are AI, and they land in an area and they've got a task to do, but the robots go a bit rogue and they have a bit of their own sort of consciousness, start
like
killing
Chappie.
people. Bit like Chappie. A bit similar, but yeah, it's very cheap film.
Yeah,
it was just one of them, when you got nothing else to watch. Yeah, I'll give it a watch. The trailer looked all right. The trailer sold it to me in terms of making me want to watch it.
One of those where the trailer's better than the trailer's better than the movie.
Yeah, and I think it's one of them ones where you can tell with the acting and stuff like that. It's not going to be the best, but it's just some popcorn fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've not really been watching that much different either. I caught up. A new episode of WandaVision came out earlier on, which was really, really good. So it's been quite confusing up until today's episode, and it's been quite nice getting some kind of like payoff for kind of like dealing with the confusion over the last couple of episodes. So it kind of like ties up the last 3 episodes nicely together and kind of rounding out kind of like where we are all like in terms of the storyline, but also kind of like these random things that have been happening. Kind of puts a bit of story to why they're happening and where they came from and stuff like that. So you're not really got that many questions. There's just kind of like leaves you with one main question now, rather than just 1,000,001 questions because you've got no idea what's going on. It kind of fills in the blanks a lot in this episode, and it was really nice because it's kind of like it is a catch-up episode, but it does it in the sense of like it's catching up. So like in the episode, you see the previous 3 episodes go along, so it really is catching up. So it was really, really, really good to see that, and then kind of leaves it on a bit of a where do we go now? So I think there's only 4. It's 4 episodes in, and I think it's only like 9 episodes long. So we're almost at the halfway point now. So I think things are going to start ramping up a little bit on it, and it's really, really, really interesting as well. So bring more of it on. Has anyone else been watching it? I don't really know a lot of people that are watching it, if I'm being honest.
I think it's because it's not on your mainstream,
Yeah, because it's
like
on Disney
Netflix
Plus.
and Prime and stuff like that. It's probably not getting as much notice from you like regular people. 220 quid. That is a lot of dosh. Gucci Poor Hom too. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That's ridiculous.
A lot of
I'm
dosh.
sorry, but that's a bit ridiculous. 220 quid.
Have you smelt Poor Hom? And
No.
number 2. I don't think it's even that great, to be fair. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I think it's the tea one, where it's got a sort of tea note in it. Because I think I tried I tried the original. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I've also tried a clone of it.
Yeah,
I didn't really get along with it at all. Rizazi, I've tried the Layuka one. Really like that.
It's really nice.
Very nice. I'd probably, I think I've said it before, I prefer that over Tuscan leather. But I've not tried anything else from that line. Watch Greenland was surprisingly good. I've not watched that yet.
No, I've not watched any of it.
It's a Sin. No, I've not heard of that one either. We need to watch it all.
Yeah, I was tempted to do that, Brian. Like I did that with the first season of Mandalorian. I know that it obviously came out in the US before it came out over here, but I was tempted to do that with season 2 as well, because you can just binge watch. But I kind of like the appeal of watching week by week now, because it's not something we've had for so long. And I've mentioned this before, but it's because it's not something that we've had for so long that it's quite nice to watch something week by week now, because it just gets you a little bit more excited for when it comes around. It's like, oh yeah, today's the day to watch it, rather than just let's see how quickly I can just blast through this. But yeah, it's I quite enjoy the thrill of it. It feels like a nostalgic feel as well, because it's like it's One Division Day, or it's whatever day, whenever it comes out. And I think a lot more platforms are moving back to the whole one a week now, rather than fully releasing everything to binge. I know there are still loads of things out there that do come out on release day and release all of it, and you can literally watch a whole season in a day. But I'm starting to see more and more things starting to release once a week, which is nice. I enjoy it.
Still watching Billions.
I never watched any of that,
I haven't. I hear a lot of people talking about it. It's a Sin is about teenagers in early 80s when AIDS hits the world.
Lord have mercy.
So it's quite dark.
Yeah, I was going to say, so it's a light one then, is it?
Cool. So normally we would go into our favorite videos of the week. We want to change that around this week, and we want to ask you guys in the comments, what are some of your favorite videos, fragrance reviewer videos that you've watched this week?
Yeah, what are you watching? What you guys
some we may have watched, some we may have not watched. So give us a good highlight of some videos to check out if we've missed them. So drop us in the comments your favorite fragrance videos that you've watched this week from some reviewers.
Yeah, has there been anything interesting, anything different, anything new, or has it just been a lot of the same? Channel 4. My sound's gone.
I think your mic was flicking. Been enjoying watching Chantel's stuff. Ian, what's Chantel's channel's name? For anyone who doesn't know, in the comments.
Can you hear me? Can you hear my mic now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
I haven't watched much. Caught up on some You Smells Good. Those were nice. Cool.
Yeah, to be fair, I've not really been, because I've been so busy at work. Like work this week has just been really, really busy. So I've not really had much of a chance to really be watching much, if I'm being honest. It's just kind of like every now and then when I find myself with a little bit of time, I might watch like just like things that just pop up on it. But it will literally be at the time whether or not I've got the time to do it. I'm not like going through and searching for things that I haven't watched or anything like that, because it's just been so busy this week. And then like after I finish work, I'm just that kind of done in that I'm not really kind of looking much at a screen. So yeah, and I think work being so busy this week, I've just kind of like dialed back on content watching.
So we've got Fragrance Apprentice. So a bit of George, always doing cracking videos.
For show.
For show. Oh, missed one. Chris's Angel Share today.
Yeah, I saw that earlier on actually, because he had a scheduling problem. It was supposed to come out tonight, but it released at 12. It released at 12 o'clock last night.
Oh, right.
Because YouTube just messed up the scheduling on it and reverted right back to like the first minute of the day. So like it came through at 12 o'clock at night when I think it was obviously supposed to be releasing at maybe 8 o'clock tonight or something like that, like he usually does on a Friday night.
His biggest blind buy.
Yeah, it was. It's. I suppose obviously that's something we'll get onto a little bit later on in terms of niche prices and niche houses and stuff like that. But yeah.
Tom Elise, Dr. Fragrance, and a few I've been keeping up with. Great stuff. Chantel Tiffany. Tora is driving and listening.
Driving but listening. That's a bit dangerous now, Tara. That is a bit dangerous.
I think she meant drinking and listening.
I hope so, and not driving, because that could be disastrous. I know this is the highlight of your week and everything, but it's not worth your life now. Just get home and
get home safe.
Get home safe and then watch.
Perfume Lover 80. I've not checked that channel out, so that will be one for me to check.
I've been staying away from watching fragrance reviews, trying to keep my spending in check. And if I start watching, I get the urge to buy. You know what? I do the same thing. The more that I watch, the more that I'm just kind of like feel like there's a hole burning in my pocket, and I wanna spend. I suppose it's just that you kind of like expose yourself to more stuff. The more stuff you just want because it sounds great. So yeah, I understand. I understand your pain. I
think it's worse when you've got the cash there, sat there, and you think, yeah, I've not got nothing else to buy, so I might as well buy.
Or even if you've not got like loads of spare cash and it's like a cheapie or something like that, you kind of like, but it's only £30.
£80.
Yeah.
Smells Good is a great guy.
Yeah, I quite like the channel Smells Good. Very in-depth reviews, and it like covers a whole range of different kind of fragrances as well, from like really, really cheap ones to really, really expensive. So yeah, it's really worth watching if you haven't watched any.
Sally Marion is another nice lady. I'll have to check Sally Marion. My World of Fragrance.
Yeah, there's quite a few on here that I've not seen, not heard. Oh, I'm listening, not watching, only writing at stoplights. Being very responsible there.
Very, very good.
I'm not buying this month. Yeah, that's my. I'm looking to try and save a little bit of money. at the minute. So I think my spending is probably going to be to a minimum for the next, I want to say, couple of months. It'll probably be a couple of days in reality.
Ian says that, but then you're going to see a next video pop up of where he's holding a box like Jeremy, where he's bought out 100 fragrances.
We like my Creed fragrance haul.
Yeah.
Is that fear of missing out? Yeah, it is. Yeah, FOMO is real. It really is real. So I totally get it. So the more that I watch, especially when I watch like the same, like multiple reviews of the same thing, and like people keep on saying the same thing about it, you kind of go, shit. Yeah, I kind of want it.
Making sense. Thanks for joining us, mate. I caught the end of Joey's live stream because I got up quite early this morning to do some cardio, and you guys were still up and going, so I managed to catch the sort of tail end of that stream. So yeah, it was good to see quite a few of you on there.
I think us guys need to find a new angle. Reviews are becoming a little samey somehow. We need to freshen it up, but I'm not sure. Well, maybe there's a few videos in the pipeline that might do that.
Maybe.
Not. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
maybe not.
Maybe not.
Tried to keep myself on a budget, £160 a month. Fucking hell.
$160 a month, so
that's still quite a bit.
It's like 140, 130 quid a month for us, maybe.
That's that's a good fucking budget. I'd love to have that.
Yeah, try to review a perfume instead of just the same old tropes to describe a perfume. Yeah. I find it really useful in a fragrance review when you kind of get a real life sense of what it smells like you can relate to certain things that it smells like.
Yeah, I understand what you're
saying. You know what I mean? So like saying like this smells like, I don't know, like walking into a bakery or something along those lines. Like, you know what I mean? Like you've got like a real life version of what it smells like, rather than saying it smells like benzoin, and you go, when was the last time I pulled out benzoin from my back pocket? You know what I mean? Like it's like, I think it helps to kind of try and like define it in real life terms. But it's not all Bergamo. It's not always as easy to do that when there's a lot of things going on. So we got Italy's opening soon.
Well, how's you guys in the US? Is everything started to open up for you guys?
I don't think it ever really closed.
Well, I think it was Florida, from what I've seen. I think Florida just carried on as normal, but then I think other places went in some form of lockdown. So yeah, I think we'll be summer for us.
I think we'll be beyond then, if I'm being honest, mate. I think after Easter, we'll probably go into a tier system and everyone will be on the highest tier. So it won't make much of a difference. Yeah. And then it'll be 2 to 4 week stints of changing it. So I think it could be fucking forever. It'll be end of the year.
Brian, mate, you know it ain't going to last for months.
Yeah, I can remember. I think I remember you saying that before. But I don't think it lasted long.
You all right, Lewis? Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. Yeah. And you are welcome.
This month I got 4 bottles and went $20 over my budget.
And that's a standard buy. That's a standard month. Just four bottles this month.
I think you've set yourself up for a new video, Nigel.
Nigel. Are you gonna be like, like Shakespearean?
Yeah.
I'm expecting your next video for you to be sat on a play with like a paint backdrop.
A nice little
How
tash.
do I compare thee to a summer's eve?
You'd pull it off as well, Nige. Come on.
You didn't know about between June and December?
Oh.
Wow.
I'd need to get at least one, even if it's a cheapie.
Yeah. That 6 months is a long, long time, isn't it? Well, I suppose it really depends on what you've got in your collection and whether or not.
Yeah. Well, I think
you've got
Brian's
that
collection
willpower.
Massive
Willpower
anyway.
goes a long way.
Don't see much change until summer for most of Europe. International travel probably not this year. Yeah, that's definitely not.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be 2022, really, isn't it?
But I got like 15 bottles and swaps so I can cheat. There you go. Tactical.
Interested to hear everyone's thoughts on buying testers. What are your thoughts on buying testers? Because I have a couple of testers and I don't
go for it. Why not?
If problem with it, if you can get it cheaper for the same thing, no difference.
For me, I think I've seen some, and I think I've bought some in the past where it's been a hell of a lot cheaper just because there was no box as well,
or no cap.
Yeah, or no cap. It's like, of course, I'm going to buy it cheaper.
It's like 30, 40 pound cheaper because it's not got a box or it's not got a cap, or the box that it comes in is just a plain white box with the name on it. Like, yes, I'm going to pay 30, 40 pounds less. Yes, of course I am, because it's the exact same thing.
Yeah. And for me, I haven't got a lot of space to put fragrances and stuff. So I need to get rid of the box so I can make space.
Well, I keep it in the box. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. Like the box, like I said, I bang on. Like I appreciate a good box and stuff like that, but it's not the be all and end all for me. Like at all. If I can get a tester and it's like a shit ton cheaper, yeah, of course I will. Makes no difference at the end of the day.
Nigel, you can do it.
You can do it. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Believe in yourself. You won't do it with that attitude, will you? You need to get a Shire gif. Just do it.
Do it.
Make your dreams come true.
And then throw in some Arnold. Come on.
Do it, come on.
Dolce & Gabbana, The One Mysterious Night. Serge Lutens. I got a sample from one of them this week. Dolce & Gabbana.
I really want the one EDP. But there's, and you can get it everywhere. Like it's like, and people sell it at cheap as chips in like partials, or even getting it new is pretty cheap. But like, I'm really, really put off by the performance on it, because loads of people are just saying it's like last 2 hours and it's gone. And I'm like, do I really want something that's going to last me 2 hours?
I had that, and I sold it because of that.
Yeah, even if it's gorgeous, like even if it's like the most beautiful fragrance in the world, do I really want to spend something that's going to last me 2 hours? Because like by the end of a long meal, it's going to be gone. If I spray it at the beginning of it, like, do I really want that?
I found myself not wearing it as well. I think it just sort of started collecting dust at the back. So I thought, rather than just let it sit there, might as well sell it and someone get some good use out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know if I can justify spending, even if it's it's quite cheap, like great, but I just don't even know if I can justify even spending any money on something that is only going to last 2 hours. Like I would get Gypsy Water in a heartbeat. By Radio's Gypsy Water, I would buy that in a heartbeat because it's absolutely gorgeous, but it literally went within an hour and a half on my skin, like completely gone. So like, I'm not going to spend any money on that shit.
2 testers on the other, full presentations. Testers are awesome. I love tester bottles. There's a brilliant website I've used for years, and the only thing it has sacrificed is the colourful box. Never had a capless fragrance from them.
And there you go.
I don't care about boxes, but the bottles matter for sure.
Yeah, I don't think that I mean, there are a few bottles that I've seen knocking around that people have done reviews on that they've got where it says on it tester, or it's got a different design on the bottle because it's a tester, because it's specifically designed only to be a tester. But at the same time, like, again, I don't care. I don't care. Little chopper.
Rich Mitch knows.
He knows the stuff.
Oh, I wore the one to bed only because it was so weak. Makes no sense too with that scent profile. The EDP didn't help much either. That's a shame. It's a shame because it is a nice smell or fragrance. So yeah, with its weakness, it just takes it down a bit, I think.
And it's just so, yeah, it's disappointing, really, because you just don't want to part ways with any money for it, really, do you? You just kind of gonna go, yeah, it might smell great, but I just don't want to do that. There you go. Yeah, it has tester etched in the glass at the back, but you have to shine a light on it. But even if you didn't have to shine a light on it, like, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, many people probably do care, because it's for an aesthetic view of their collection and stuff like that, and people don't want something that's tarnishing the pristineness of their collection. But to me, I'm just like, no, it's a bottle that houses smelly water for me. Like, it's what it smells like, really, isn't it? So,
what do subscribers want from a vid? A story, a tech breakdown, entertainment?
It's whatever you want to give them, mate.
I think I don't know. I think if you lean towards someone, you obviously enjoy what you are watching. So yeah, I think it depends on, like Ant said, what you lean on. Whether you like fancy editing or whether you like that detailed breakdown of the fragrance. So I think it's just preference, really. I think
it's you do what you find most enjoyable. Like, you do the channel for yourself, don't you? You make these videos and you make the reviews because you like doing it. So just do what you want to do.
validation for our poor lifestyle choices, Nige. Have either of you tried Emwaj Figment? No, I've not. No.
No, in plain, no.
Rich Mitch is hyping this bad boy fragrance.
Balenciaga Pour Homme. He's got 5 bottles of this bad boy. Once got through 2 showers on me. Jesus. And you need 5 of those? You need 5 bottles of it? It can go through 2 showers, but you need 5 bottles of it.
If Frag Rantica are saying it's not good, I'm not going to be happy.
Why have you got 5 bottles of it? Just because you like it that much, or you think that it's going to, or you think it's going to like discontinue or something?
Is that the company that does the trainers as well?
Yeah.
That look like socks.
Yeah. Balenciaga, the one that looks like socks.
Nigel Orbot from different people. Brian is a simple man. He just wants cleavage. Don't we all?
No, just for you, I will try. I will try in the next video. I will try and get some cleavage on my thumbnail. Why not? Just for you.
For the UK people, Anne is going to do. There was an old TV show called Man O' Man, and the pecs used to go to the music. Dun dun dun. Bit of that coming on. Some of you won't know that, and some of you may do.
It makes it no less funny because I don't have pecs, so that's the funny thing, I think.
Nigel, we all want to improve, yeah? How is you doing what you said earlier? Get some poetry going on. Get some tights on, white ones, and just stand outside Sainsbury's and do some poetry. spraying random fragrances.
Mate, you just test and learn, isn't it? Test and learn. Like, try something different, try something new. If you like it or people respond to it, then carry on if you like it. But don't go break your back and do something that you think someone else is going to like that you're going to hate doing, because then you're not going to enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not about to go and do all the do loads of stuff that I know that I hate doing just because one or two people say, "Can you do it?"
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to happen. Just do what you want to do. Keep changing it up and try different things. And if you like it and it works, then carry on doing it.
I think it's just more if you find yourself not enjoying the videos that you're doing, then that's a problem. So
it's a big sign, isn't it?
Yeah, just do videos that you enjoy.
But one could also make the argument of the samey ones. People have been doing that for years and amassed, hundreds of thousands of subscribers doing it. So you could argue that, what ain't broken, don't fix what ain't broken. There you go. That's the one. But I get what you mean.
Yeah. So it was discontinued years ago. So he's stocked up.
So he's stockpiling for the rest of his life.
It's in a little safe somewhere.
How much does it go for now, Rich? I wouldn't recommend. Smells like an elephant enclosure at the zoo. Only thing I could think of. I'm guessing you're talking about the Amouage Figment rather than the Balenciaga, because I wouldn't imagine you would want to smell like an elephant enclosure at the zoo.
Rich Mitch was about to kick off. He was ready. He was ready to go. Some abuse was about to come your way, Mr. Fragrance.
Do you think a fragrance channel can go from 0 to hundreds of thousands of subs / views, or has that boat sailed? I don't think that you could say that. I don't think that you could say that boat has sailed for anything.
I think it can happen, but I think with any topic, something has to stand out. And it's only, I think you have to be quite lucky with a few things. It's what you're doing on the video, the algorithm.
There is luck involved. There definitely is luck involved, but you have to play the game.
Yeah.
You have to play the game. If you want hundreds of thousands of subs, you have to play into the YouTube game. You just do. Like, you have to do videos that are going to be potential clickbait. You have to make those thumbnails that are going to attract for the wrong reasons. You have to play the analytical game. You have to release your videos at the right time for your subscribers and for when people are watching. You have to put in the work and do the right things at the right time rather than just doing what you want to do because you like it. You've also got to have an air of consistency as well. Consistency, I think, is absolutely key, because you know exactly what you're going to get and when you're going to get it and how you're going to get it. I suppose that then kind of like boils into Nigel's question of, do things get boring or samey? Not if you find your way of doing it and a way that people respond to it. So if you've got a way of doing it and people responding to it every single time, there's no need or no point, unless you're not liking it, to change that up, right? So you'd want to just carry on doing that because it's working. But you have to be consistent with what you're doing. If you're doing a review in a way that resonates with people and works for you, then you have to make sure that going forward, that's exactly how you do it. Because it's what people come to expect, and it's what people subscribe for. Is they subscribe for a certain type of review that they know that they're potentially only going to get from you. If you want that kind of thing, if the outcome is if the outcome is the sub game, that's what that's what you have to do. You have to play into the laws or the hands of YouTube to do that. If that's not what you're bothered about, you just do what you want. You're probably not going to get hundreds of thousands of subs because you're not playing it in the right way. But it depends on what you want, I guess.
I think there's some Frag reviews where they're not as active in the community, but they will constantly bang out video after video after video. Their subs are going up, but I feel that there's just no sort of interaction with that community. And I think the main thing is that show your interest, build up a community, you be part of that community and work your way up. It will be very slow for quite a lot of people because it's going to be a massive learning curve in terms of how you edit your videos, how you upload, how they look, and yeah, it's all a learning curve. But I think that's what I like as well. I think looking back on the first videos that we did, and the ones that we do now are completely different, and the stuff that we add in and stuff like that. So I think, yeah, it can happen to 1,000 subs, but yeah, there's a lot of factors, and I think I think your lower channels, if you've got a community, you will have better engagement and better views. I think if you've blasted your subs, I don't think you're going to get that interaction as much. I've seen channels where they're in the hundreds of thousands, but then when they upload a video, it's only probably a couple 1,000 views when you'd expect tons more views than that.
Mm-hmm. And again, and that's what I mean about consistency. People are creatures of habit, right? So they know that if you're going to get a certain thing from someone, regardless of whatever video that is, whether it's an exercise video, whether it's an information video, whether it's a review, whatever it is, they know they're going to get a certain style or a certain way of doing it from a certain person. So consistency is super, super key when it comes to that, because people like what they like. It's like, you choosing a pair of jeans or something, like you like the kind of jeans that you like, or the top you like, or the food you like you tend to eat the same kinds of food because you like what you like. It's very similar to what you watch what you watch because you like it. Yeah. So consistency, I think, is key, and if you find the way that works for you, you just got to keep doing that. But it's going to take, like we said, it's a learning curve, and it's going to take a while for that to happen. It could be never, it could be years, it could be the first video you upload. It really all depends on how well the video is or what audience it's going to, and then you've got that air of that side of that little bit of luck on your side that kind of just puts you in the right place at the right time.
I think some of it as well is I'm going a bit deeper now. You can look at your analytics and see what videos are performing well for you over a certain period of time, and if you can see them analytics where it's right, okay, the views are coming from this video, you'd probably want to put more videos out around that topic. So I'll give you an example. So for our channel, I did a video on a UFO documentary, and the views went massive on that because it's quite a biggish topic that some people are interested in. And again, I did another video on another documentary that I watched, and yeah, the views were good as well. So have a look at your analytics and just see what are your top videos, and see if they're the topics that you want to keep going after.
Yeah, you've got, I suppose the thing is, you've got to, if that's the aim of the game, if subs and views are the aim of the game, rather than you just doing it because you just want to maybe interact with the same kind of people all the time and not really care about massive growth or anything like that, then you need to kind of put in the work to understand where and how that growth is going to come along. You can't just bang out video after video after video with different styles, no real understanding of when you're going to put it out or who you're going to put it out to or what the subject's going to be, and it changes all the time. You can't really expect there to be a growing audience for that, because there potentially is no audience for it, because it's just all over the place all of the time. You have to kind of cater to your audience, I suppose, if that's the case, and that's what you want to do. But you have to kind of put in the time for the analytics, don't you? So
yeah.
And like I said, if that's what you want, if you're happy with just coasting with, you know, like a few subscribers here and there every now and again, you know, sub into your channel, then, you know, you got a little bit more free reign to kind of be a little bit more creative and do what you want and test and learn and stuff like that. But I'm a firm believer of it's not something that's ever going to happen overnight unless you are the luckiest person in the world or you have someone with a huge following. Yeah. And I'm talking huge following that promotes your stuff for you, because even someone with like 10,000 subscribers or 20,000 subscribers could promote someone with like less than 1,000, and that person that less than 1,000 could still not have less than 1,000 months after. It's not just because they promote it you're going to get every single one of their subscribers. You have to, you know, you would have to have a huge following for that to for someone to promote. They would have to have a huge following if they're promoting you for it to bleed into you for like no work at all. So yeah, unless you are super lucky, I don't think that's going to happen. It's never going to be.
Even Chris at Fragmental, when I was watching his channel in the very early days, he had to consistently build, and then when he sort of hit his mark in terms of editing and having his like nice studio in sort of background, he then was peaking and expanding on that and having regular days of when he was going to upload and stuff like that, and then obviously built himself up through the community and doing collabs and stuff like that, and he put in the hard work and raised his profile and got himself up there, but he didn't get it straight away.
If the aim of the game is to get your channel from 0 to 50,000 subscribers or 60,000 subscribers, you need to put in that you need to do the test and learn at the start and be comfortable with the fact that you're not going to get there straight away. Like, you're not going to get there. Like you said, Chris had to change and do a lot of different locations, a lot of different settings, a lot of different styles until he found the point that it works for him. And now they are very consistent, and they're very consistently good, because once you then know what works, you perfect that what works. And I feel like he's got it down to a T now. You know exactly what you're going to get when you get a video come out that's saying it's going to be a review for this. You get treated every now and again to, you know, some really nice B-roll if he's outside and stuff like that. But on the whole, you know exactly what you're going to get, because he's very consistent and he's good at what he does. So that's the kind of thing that when people think, oh, I'm going to watch this, they'll go to who they know what they're going to get from. That makes sense. That even made sense as a sentence.
Right.
Chinese food picked up, heading home. Oh, I wish I was eating Chinese food.
Chinese food.
I really wish I was eating Chinese food.
I'm never going to break my back, fellas. I find videos I'm watching becoming boring, so am I portraying the same? I think it's just, as we said before, it's just taste, Nige. And I think the fact that you're getting lots of people turning up to your live, I think shows that, yeah, you're clearly not being boring, because otherwise people wouldn't turn up. And people wouldn't watch your videos, which they clearly do. If they're consistent, yeah, Monica, Curly Frag, Fragmental can hit 100k for sure. Exactly.
Yeah, consistency.
Brian, Tiff Benson, I'd probably say when I started first watching Frag videos, I'd probably say she was the only big female person who initially felt like, yep, she's going to sort of go all the way. And then she had a period where she went off for a long time, doing her own thing, probably doing, I don't know, it was fashion or beauty or whatever. And then you had the likes of the new ladies that came in and sort of shot up big time. But yeah, Tiffy easily could have hit 100k and still can. She has a great presence, awesome video look with editing and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes people just want a break and go away, don't they? Subscribers don't equal views. Exactly.
For sure. Views are more relevant than subs. Yeah.
I do, mate.
Javier.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at the 50 of your subs, and I find that my new fragrance releases always gets a lot of views quickly, and then my dupe on review, I'll never get that. Yeah, well, you're going, I suppose it doesn't really matter the amount of subs that you have at that point, because if it's a new fragrance release, that's kind of like it's a new anything. People nowadays go to YouTube for new anything anywhere just to kind of get a feel for what it's like, especially if it's kind of like a review of something. So I suppose at that point you don't necessarily need the subs, because like on YouTube you could find, even if it's just like, you know, a funny cats video, let's just say for instance, a funny cats video could have, you know, 13 million views from a channel that's got 262 subscribers. It's just it's just what takes the fancy at the time, and if it's a hit, it's a hit. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate into views, because that might be like the only video that they've ever released. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Figures. Yeah, we don't do videos mainly off the figures. I think otherwise you just see the same videos for the same brand constantly. I think it's just good to have a look at them just to see what people are interested in terms of your videos. It's a nice visual, but it's not something to sort of, right, I'm heading to follow that. But I think that's more for you people who do want to follow the analytics.
Like I suppose, like where it says, where you say, "Oh, are you looking at figures?" I never put you down to be bothered about growth. We're not necessarily. It's just we do know what we would need to do if we wanted to, and that's not to say that we wouldn't do it. But right now, we're not in a position where we can dedicate the amount of time, because it takes time and it takes effort and it takes consistency. We're not in a position where we can dedicate that amount of time, effort, and consistency to make it grow in the way that we would want it to, because we're very aware of what we would need to look at and how we would need to do it and who we would target, when we would target it, how we would target and things like that. But we just don't have the time, and I suppose that comes in with it as well. You would need the time to be able to do it. And it's not like an excuse or anything. It's just that like we do have families, we do have, you know, whatever, and we just don't. We can't find the time at the minute. And for those people that can find the time, you know, more power to you. But I'm far too tired at the end of the day. I would say too tired. I might actually be too lazy, I think is the correct term for it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think I couldn't just stand in front of a camera and do a video that I don't enjoy. It needs to be something that I want to talk about and something that I do enjoy. Just because otherwise I'm just wasting my time, and I'd rather just spend it doing something else, like going to the gym. I've no goals apart from improvement and find my way. I think that should be everyone's aim and success as an individual.
Yeah, and improvement and goals are very, very personal, aren't they? Like they're very personal. They're very individual, and they're very specific. So, you know, 100,000 subscribers might be a realistic goal for someone, whereas another one is just like, I just want to get 5 videos out there just to put myself out there because I want to get involved in doing it. Goals are very, very different. Very different.
Spy and Mash. Fantastic name.
Spy and Mash. Disclaimer, I'm not a copper. Well, until that point, I never thought you were. Now I do.
Yeah, if people don't know already, go, I think it's next Friday. Nige is going to be interviewing Rich Mitch, and I'm sure they will have some interesting topics to go over and discuss. So make sure that you are available for next Friday. So yeah, I know I'll be looking forward to listening to them wonderful young men.
If Balenciaga Porom isn't mentioned in that interview at least 5 times, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. And tell him a joke.
I don't know. Oh my god, why can't I think of a joke? Venison's dear, isn't it? I don't know. That's a good joke.
Yeah.
Venison's dear, isn't it? Because it's
we'll let you. It's one of them Christmas jokes out the cracker.
I think many of us do it for the passion of the fragrance, for sharing. I love doing my vids, even in English, despite sometimes making mistakes. If I get 10,000 subs, cool. If not, cool as well. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what you want. It is what you want it to be.
Nigel, when is it? Sorry, I'm saying the wrong dates. Let me know when it is.
Yeah, go there next week and you'll get an interview. You go there next week, you just get us all like talking about dancing and being filth in the chat. Yeah, definitely. And even if you've not got throughout 3 jobs, like just 1 job, like you mean if you've got 3 jobs, you mean you definitely don't have any time. I've got 1 job and I find myself like, yeah, like I struggle to find time to have dinner and then chill out before I go to bed. Like having 3 jobs, that's nuts. Mention each bottle once. I want you to name the bottles and then mention them as they were people. I want to see if you can do that without people realizing.
Quick polish the bottle.
Or get a name tag, like my name is Dave, and bang it on the bottles. You are welcome. See? It wasn't a Christmas joke. It's a banger.
I was a bit way off with Nigel's live. 19th of Feb.
Rich. 2 weeks. Only like 2 weeks out.
Yeah, don't be late, mate. I booked you in a bit early.
Yeah, you had plenty of warning. Plenty of warning, mate.
Right, shall we listen, right, we're going to go into the quiz now. And I think you guys in the comments are lucky because Tara's having a Chinese. Amina will probably come in halfway.
And Baz, Colin, I don't know where Baz is, but Baz is usually like he's Colin usually like
to say where's Colin, the music.
Yeah, so we might have a chance to see a different winner.
We might have a new winner this week. So do you want to start us off with some of the first picture one, and we're going to explain what they're going to do.
So what we're going to do is I didn't do a banner for it, so it doesn't really matter. But what we're going to do is if you were here a couple of weeks back, we had a fragrance picture game whereby I took a snippet of a marketing poster for a fragrance and I wanted you to tell me what fragrance it was for. It went very well. Some were harder than others, some were easier than others. So we're going on the same theme right now. We're going on the same theme. But instead of fragrance marketing posters, what we're doing is we're taking snippets of different fragrance bottles. And again, I just want you to tell me what fragrance it is. Very simple. Simple concept. Very easy. Does everyone understand that? Does that make sense to everyone?
Give me an amen.
Yeah, I want a thumbs up in the chat. Smash that like button. Hit that thumbs up. We don't have voiceovers or anything like that, so that's as good as it's going to get. Spy and Mash. By going mainstream, you're selling out. Content to please the masses that you personally might not agree with inside. Selling your soul. Your soul is mine. Shang Tsung. Fatality. That your soul is mine always reminds me of that Mortal Kombat movie. The first one. He's standing over them. He's like, your soul is mine.
I swear he's on the in Thailand.
Right, so where are we? So we've got thumbs up. So Ian's got a thumbs up. Mitch says we can't handle the truth. Brian thinks Baz is buying some stock in Guerlain. Okay, let's go. Right, so first one. Which one should we go first? Should we go with a fairly? I'm trying to think of a fairly easy one first. Okay, yeah, we'll go with this one first. Which fragrance is this from?
And it's not noughts and crosses.
Oh, the tension's building. I can feel it in my toes. Oh, gosh.
Stare into the center.
If you can feel a tingling in your fingers,
we're getting some messages.
Go and see a doctor. This is the first one. No freaking idea. XX that the Pharrell Williams one. Machino. Catty's here. And she's like literally not said hello, but she's just come in with the first answer correct. Straight in. Boom. No messing. And she gets the first point. Boom. Yes. It was Pharrell Williams' Girl.
Rich Mitch was close.
With a collaboration with Comme des Garçons. Or
just needed the name.
Yeah. We needed the name. And like Catty was very, very descriptive there.
Like flipping Predator.
Yeah, like straight in.
Prey. Took it.
No, yeah, there was no like she was in for the game. It's like I'm not saying hello. I am not putting anything. It's just straight in with the answer. Boom, and she gets the first point.
Yeah.
She's out for blood. Mr. Fragrance, do you put the answers in the chat? Yes, please. Okay, the next one. How about this? Very good timing. Very good timing.
Straight the bottle.
The tension is building yet again. Do we think someone's going to get this straight away? Wonky cap.
Wonky cap.
We're not getting a flood. It could be Zara Vibrant Leather. It could be, but it's not. Killian, that's not. Any precious liquid. Looks blue. It's not Zara Vibrant Leather. Looks blue. Think of the shape of the bottle. Pepsi Crystal. Every time I hear like Pepsi Crystal, I think of like Family Guy, a sketch of Family Guy. Oh, Brian comes in with the knowledge bombs. Boom! It was Burberry Touch.
I like me some Burberry Touch.
Burberry Touch for men. Ooh.
Seal it bang, Ian.
Right, let's go with one that I think is going to be a little easier. How do we feel about this?
Oh, looks a bit like an alien with some eyes, green head.
What do we feel about this? I feel like this one's going to be got quite quickly. Quite quickly. Is that Octo from SpongeBob?
Looks like something from
wrong. Mugler.
Colour is wrong.
Yeah, for Squidward.
All right.
That's Mugler Aliens something. Some Mugler maybe. Just to let you know, it's not Mugler.
Oh.
Maybe it's not as easy as I once thought. Ooh.
Some people would be like, female green bottle fragrance.
Oh, this is harder than I thought. This is got people scratching their heads. Maybe I'm too zoomed in. Maybe I should have taken it a bit further back. Do we have any? Just reveal the name. Oh, we've got someone giving up already. Happy's just giving up already. Zoom out a bit. I'm afraid I can't. This is a screenshot that I took earlier on. If I zoom out, you're going to see what it is. Unless everyone wants to see what it is and they give up. What do we think? It's not a good Friday. Give hints. it's a male targeted fragrance. It's a flanker of a very popular fragrance. It came out in 2019.
Oh. I didn't know what it was until I just looked.
Oh. It has coconut. It has a coconut note in it.
It looks nothing like how the bottle looks, but it is that.
Le Malibu. Brian.
Yes, Brian.
Can everyone see it now?
Boom.
This is what we saw right in the middle.
It was them pectorials.
Right, let's go for another one then, shall we?
So is Brian in the lead?
He is. We've got Brian with 2 and Catty with 1.
Boy.
Let's try. What do we think this one? I'm hoping people get this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
someone's got it.
Rich Mitch.
Go on, Rich.
Yes, it is Dunhill Icon. That infamous bottle. Okay, let's try this one on for size. Oh, Brian is on.
Brian is taking
fire.
Right.
Nautica Voyage. Right, okay. I think that this one is probably a very easy one. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. I'll be straight in them comments.
Brian again.
You're close, Catty.
Yes, it is Tom Ford. Fucking fabulous. Well done, B-Dog. Okay, so let's go.
Catty's kicking off. Oh, yeah. I thought it was something else, and then I picked up what it was.
What do we think this is? What the hell?
Oh, come on, Catty.
It does look a bit alienish. We can definitely see we can see your comments. Yes, it's just that close, Catty.
You have to be fast with them fingers or finger.
Oh my gosh.
Brian is on fire.
Polo Ultra Blue.
Ultra blue.
Ultra Blue. Right, let's try this one. Anyone got any guesses? My guess is male marketed fragrance. Potentially.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's male marketed. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't know if it's classed as unisex or what. Probably male marketed. Any guesses?
Surprised no one's getting this one.
Yeah, I thought this was a bit of a.
Oh.
It's supposed to be an obscure angle. I think that's the. It's a niche brand, a very popular niche brand. That's probably getting less popular now than it was before. The brand created probably the most popular fragrance known to man.
Catty, close. Oh.
Oh, baby.
Ian.
Ian.
Ian gets
Comes in
on
with
the
his first point, and that is Royal Oud by Creed. And what you could see was the bottom left of the bottle. Yes, that's what you could see. Right, where are we now? So I think we've got two left. Now these, I think, are hard. I think the first one's not as hard, but the last one's definitely hard.
Oh, the male marketed pre-warn Catty. The squirty hole.
Squirty hole. That looks like a cell phone camera.
Oh.
Close.
Close, Brian. Jumping in.
Now people are just going to just run off the Pure Malt iPhone Parfum Eau de Sel. Pure Havana.
You're on the right lines.
Getting close. Paco Rabanne XS Pure Tonka. Brian, yet again, dominating the market.
Domination.
Pure Tonka is what you were looking at. It's a very, very shiny bottle.
Tonka of the bean.
And then the last one. This is a bastard. Okay, this one really is shit, and I apologize, but here you go.
Brian will get it straight away.
The last one was deliberately really difficult.
It's definitely not a cheapie.
This one's definitely not a cheapie. Oda Pixel.
I think this one, as a clue, was discontinued.
Yes. Not a Roger. No, not a Roger. And you know that Brian is playing for Tara. If he wins, it goes to Tara.
Tara's eating a Chinese, but actually on the phone to Brian, describing the fragrance to her.
Saying I can't type right now. My hands are eating Chinese. Have we got any? Have we got any advances? Do we have any guesses at all? We've had one guess so far.
I think you should give them another clue.
Okay. The name of the house shares its name with a well-known spy.
And it could also be on a Monopoly board.
Ooh. But you probably are going to guess it at this point now. Not Valentino.
Hey.
And there he is. Brian, yet again.
Andy Warhol.
Bond number 9, Andy Warhol. That was deliberately difficult. So if you hate me, then it's justified. It's justified. I understand. I absolutely understand. So the scores after round 1, let's call it round 1, is Ian, Rich, and Catty on 1. Brian on 7. So I think we've got a dominant leader.
Should we do our squad one and then follow it with the movie quiz?
Yeah, I think so. Let's go.
So
the idea with this was we were going to create a squad, a team, a squad, if you will, of movie characters. It could be any movie character. That basically is our ultimate team for whatever reason. So it could be a team of people to protect the world, to protect the galaxy or universe, or it could be, to protect the community. But basically our ultimate team and what we think each member of that team would wear in terms of fragrance. So Nick,
yeah,
do you want to You want to talk us through? Should we go one by one, or should we go you do all yours and I do all mine?
Whatever. What should we do?
Let's go. You do yours. Yeah, you do
All
yours, all of yours, and then I'll do all of mine.
All right. Okay. So I've put some thought behind some of my characters. So I'll tell you why I've chosen them and why I've chose the fragrance to match with them. So let me get my characters up first. Right. So the first person or character that's in my squad is the Predator. Oh, yes. Yeah, reason I've chose him is he's got that cloaking, hasn't he? Can't see him. He's got the heat vision. He'll be someone you need on the team. And the fragrance that I've chosen for him, I went for more based on his look. I went for sushi. Just because I thought
like sushi.
I thought he'd smell a bit fishy. He wouldn't smell nice. He'd smell a bit sushi-ish. So yeah, he gets a bit of a sushi fragrance.
You smell fishy.
Yeah. So the next person that I would choose for my squad. So we've chose 5, by the way. So that was my number 1. 5 each. So my second one would be.
By the way, for these choices that we're choosing, if you think that you can match a better fragrance to them, let us know.
So my next one would be Superman. Yes, Mr. Cavill chose him because Superman's almost invincible. So you need someone like that on your team. He can fly. He can just kick the shit out of most people. So yeah, you need a Superman on your team. And the fragrance that he's got is NASA actually created their own fragrance called Ode Space, and this was for their astronauts to smell what space smells like before they go up.
So they created a fragrance that replicated space.
Apparently, from what I read, it has, don't know what it's got in it, but it was to keep them to have that scent of when they go up, even though I don't think they can smell space.
That's mad.
Yeah. But yeah, he's going to be flying around. He's going to be in space. So why not have a space fragrance?
Katie says she's got Odor Space coming in and Odor Moon.
Oh.
Smells like burnt bacon and raspberries or something funky.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Next up, I've gone for this one. The reason why I've chosen Lucy is not Lucy, Ghost in the Shell is, yeah, I needed a female presence, and she's got the looks, so she's got that seductive look. She's got all the sort of cyborg elements to her, and I think she's got that sort of face that if someone wants to mess around, they see her and they're like, yeah, she's too fit, man. I don't want to beat her up. And the fragrance I've given her, I tried to find a fragrance where it was sort of a metallic, but I went for Molecule.
Oh yeah, Molecule.
It's not a massive projector. It's there. You're going to get little hints of it now and then. And I thought Molecules, the way that she's being made and stuff like that. So yeah, she can have that.
I like it.
That one. Right, okay. So number 4. I needed to have some form of martial artist or some form of fighting in there. Some nice kicks and stuff like that. And I had to go with this guy. Sub-Zero. Oh, yes. yeah, I needed some sort of fantastical character that is going to freeze the enemies. And his fragrance is none other than Davidoff Cold Water.
I think it should just be his fragrance is that picture.
Yeah.
Like, it could be Sub-Zero getting the water from.
And then my final character will be Mr. Frederick Krueger. And yeah, he will be a character where you don't actually need him around. You just come and fuck you up in your sleep. That sausage is getting chopped off, mate. Off straight up. So I don't even need him to be around. He'll just sort you out when you're nodding off. And the fragrance that he's having is by the fireplace.
That's a bit seedy.
It is seedy. Got fucked up in fire, so he's gonna stink like a fire. And it's perfect for good old Fred.
Perfect for Freddy. He'll lay down by a fire, get you nice and comfy, and then he's just going to bang a finger or two in you.
There we go.
Brian's got a better one. He's picked a better one, I'm afraid, Nick.
Go on then.
He said Freddy is Versace the Dreamer.
Oh. I
Perfect.
went more on smell rather than name.
Okay. Right. So my squad, bearing in mind, so me and Nick said we were going to do this separately. We didn't want to know what each other's choices were, so we didn't consult each other. So I do have one person in there that's the same. So I guess I'll get that out of the way first. So the person that's in there that's the same, I also chose Superman.
Cavill.
Because, it's Superman. You need a bit of Superman in your life. Like you said, he's pretty much indestructible. Only has one weakness. I went for a little bit more obvious in terms of what his fragrance would be. Very, very obvious. Blindingly obvious, I think.
Good deal.
And it's his own. I did stop to think whether or not Superman would be vain enough to wear his own fragrance, but I think he might be.
They're giving him a generous bulge.
Yeah, they just say, here you go, look, have an unlimited supply on us because you are walking marketing material. There you go. So, Superman. But then I was thinking, so my squad, the rest of my squad, including Superman, are more along the lines of just like brute force. And kind of, I was going for along the lines of kind of like indestructible. Because I was thinking if I was ever going to do my squad against yours, I would want people on my squad that either couldn't die or are very, very difficult to kill. So Superman being one of them, like I said, pretty much indestructible. My second one is Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. Like that guy is pretty much indestructible and could pretty much destroy anything or anyone just by thinking about it, really. And he's the ultimate power, really. So I'd defy, like, you would need a squad of millions just to take him on by himself. So I thought, if he's the head of the squad, then I think that's a good start. And I thought with him being quite cosmic, quite futuristic, one fragrance stuck out, and it's a fragrance that I've tried recently, a fragrance that you've acquired very, very recently as well, and that would be Proxima. I thought that was quite apt for him, with him being quite cosmic. So I would imagine that Dr. Manhattan smells very berry-y and delicious, with his dong flapping around.
Very schlong.
His blue schlong. So we've got Dr. Manhattan, we've got Superman. The next, if we're going to go, I also weirdly chose a horror character as well. but I chose the counterpart to Freddy. I chose Jason. And again, I literally chose him because the man is indestructible. You can't kill him. No matter how hard you try, he just doesn't die. He just can't die. So, bring whatever you want at him. He just doesn't die. So, yeah. And I thought, for someone that looks disgusting, kills people for fun, can't die, looks like he's been dragged through every shit tip going, I thought, what smells that bad? What smells like death? This smells like death.
I think that's one of Brian's favourites.
That smells like death. And I think that's exactly what Jason Voorhees would smell like. Disgusting. So, number 4, it's the god of thunder himself, Thor. Again, he's not indestructible, but he's a god with godlike powers, and he's pretty fucking hard. He's pretty hard. And again, I was going with the cosmic theme on this one because he is from Asgard, and it's very otherworldly and cosmic. I thought I'd go with Space Rage from Byredo because it's space. It's space, and if you've seen the notes in it, the notes are kind of like space dust and shit like that. Obviously, not actual space dust goes in it, but it's otherworldly and it's very, very cosmic. So yeah. And then my last choice was really out there. My last choice was super out there because it's not necessarily a human. You could argue that Jason ain't human anymore, but I thought if I want something that if it's going to be like a catastrophic thing that's going to attack the world and I need something huge, I need something massive to take it on, I thought, get his bad boy at it. Get Godzilla taking a shit on your head. Get Godzilla. I mean, Godzilla is a bad man. He's enormous, so he can take on those huge threats. And the look of Godzilla led me to I can imagine him with his like tiny little stubby arms trying to spray this on.
He's not met Kong yet, though, has he?
Not yet, no. Boom. Tyrannosaurus Rex, my zoologist. And that's mainly just because Godzilla kind of looks like a T-Rex more than anything, because I have no idea what this smells like. And yeah, so that's what I would choose. And I think my squad would beat yours.
Definitely not.
Okay, let's have a look. Dr. Manhattan versus Predator. I mean, if Arnie can beat Predator, Dr. Manhattan could blink and destroy Predator. Superman versus Superman is null and redundant, so it's just Jason Voorhees versus Ghost in the Shell. Jason Voorhees can't die, so he's eventually going to get her. Godzilla versus Sub-Zero, he'd stand on it. And Thor versus Freddy, Thor's just got his hammer, he'll just chop him up.
Listen, Freddy will go in Thor's head and he wouldn't even wake up. Simple as. Sub-Zero would freeze Godzilla and he'd stay in the water. Yeah?
No.
Manhattan, I'd let you have that one.
Look, Manhattan could take out everyone.
He probably could, to be fair.
Dr. Manhattan could take out everyone just by going like that.
Unless Freddy got in his brain.
But even in there, he'd be the king. Dr. Manhattan is otherworldly. You can't beat that.
We'll let you have that one, Anthony.
Motherfucker.
Right, should we do movie quiz?
Yeah, man.
Movie quiz. Have you got your sheet up?
Where are we? Okay, where are we? Okay, cool. Question 1. Which Marvel character is nicknamed the God of Mischief? Which Marvel character is nicknamed the God of Mischief? And Brian comes in yet again.
No, Catty got it.
Oh no, Catty did get it.
Catty got it. But I agree with Brian that, yeah, she's probably kissed all the actors as well.
Yes, Loki. Loki is the answer. Well done, Catty. The next question. Jared Leto played a character called Rayon in which Oscar-winning movie? Played Rayon in which Oscar-winning movie?
Oh, Brian got that one.
He's in. Dallas Buyers Club is the correct answer. It is a great movie. It's a hard-hitting movie, that is. Question 3. During shooting of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Tom Cruise broke which part of his body? The shot later actually made it into the movie, just for interest, but Tom Cruise broke which part of his body while shooting this movie? And it looked painful as shit.
It did.
There's some really hard hits in that movie. Some really hard hits in that movie. Tail.
Tail.
He broke his tail.
It is the roof jump, Brian, but it wasn't a hip, and it wasn't a leg. It might be.
Tom Cruise wouldn't. He would not have anyone else do his own stunts. I'm pretty sure that guy wants to die filming a movie. Like he wants to. Have I read right that he wants to make a movie in space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see him flying the planes in Top Gun 2.
Yeah, he's actually doing that shit, isn't he?
Yeah. So he jumped across from building to building and broke something. You're close before, Brian, with leg.
Ball sack. Yes, he broke his ball sack.
I think he's done that many times.
Rib. No, you were closer. You were closer on the first. Little to ankle.
There we go. Catty.
Catty. Ankle.
Good.
Dignity. Right, question 4. In the movie Jurassic Park, what is the first dinosaur you see in its entirety? What is the first dinosaur you see in its entirety? And I say its entirety because you do see a dinosaur before, but you don't see it all. T-Rex, pterodactyl. The ones with the little hands, Stegosaurus. That's about all the names I remember. Triceratops. Little clue.
Why don't you describe the type of dinosaur it is?
Really, really tall. Close. Close. Very close.
It looks like Loch Ness.
Yeah, there you go.
Brian's got it.
Brachiosaurus.
Loch Ness's big brother.
Brachiosaurus, yeah. So the first dinosaur that's in Jurassic Park is a velociraptor, but you see it behind a cage. You remember the shooter? You see it, but you don't get to see the full velociraptor until later on. Question 5. A bit of an easier question. E.T. was directed by who?
Easy.
Who directed E.T.?
Oh.
B. Steven Spielberg. Correctamundo.
Nose.
Cool. Question 6. Who was the lead actor in the movie Schindler's List? Who is the lead actor in Schindler's List? The Color Red. Tom Hanks. No. Tara says Vince Vaughn. I'm pretty sure that's how he got the kiss. Schindler. No. Okay, so what has he been in? He's been in. What hasn't he been? He's been in.
He's in one of the Star Wars.
Yes, he is. I was like, what? Yeah, he is. He's in the movie The Grey. Love Actually. I'm trying to not say the most obvious one. Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Catty. Darth Vader was in Schindler's List. Liam Neeson is correct. Chris Pine played which character in the reboot of Star Trek? Which I love. Chris Pine played which character in Star Trek? Yep. Brian. Captain Kirk. Yes.
You boy.
You buddy. Okay. This is an interesting one. Yeah. Question 8. The movie 40-Year-Old Virgin and the TV show Friends both share this actor as a pivotal part of their overall story. Which actor is it? I suppose it helps if you've seen 40-Year-Old Virgin and Friends. If you've not seen them both, then you're never going to get this. You could argue that Friends kept this guy's career or made this guy's career soar.
Yeah. Yeah. You're getting close, Catty.
What's his name? You saw 40-Year-Old Virgin this week. Lucky you. I really love that movie. He was in Oh, there you go, Brian.
Brian.
Paul Rudd, correct.
Paul of the Broad.
Yes, Paul Rudd. He is in the later seasons, and he marries Phoebe. Spoiler alert. Okay, moving into another movie that Paul Rudd has been in. Number 9, in the movie Anchorman, Brick, played by Steve Carell, kills a man with what? I suppose it helps if you've seen Anchorman. If you've not seen Anchorman, then you're never going to get this. Also watched this last week. Then you should get this. He kills a man with what? He kills a man with a trident. Okay. This last one, you're either going to know it or you don't, and I'm guessing not many people would. I'm guessing not many people would know this one at all. This was, again, it was a last one just to see how hard I could get it. But in the movie Titanic, there was a famous necklace that the character Rose wears. In the movie, they call it the Heart of the Ocean. The actual name of the real what is the actual name of the real necklace that it's referencing?
You not watched this one, Brian?
Some Kate Winslet boobies.
Harry Muff.
No idea. No idea. Yeah, okay. We're not going to get an answer for this one. The answer is the Love of the Sea. It was reportedly owned by Louis XVI, and the actual necklace itself was reportedly worth $30 million.
Craziness.
So there you go. I think we know who won. By an obscene amount, really. Brian ended up on 13 points. Catty ended up on 4. And Rich and Ian ended up on 1 each. The prize is you get to rub it in Tara's face next week that you are the reigning champ.
Indeed.
Do you win the necklace as the prize? I wish I had the necklace because, I mean, I'd sell it for $1 million and be happy. Yeah, so, but well done, you. You are the current reigning champion, and that mantle cannot be taken from you unless you are currently competing as well. So if you never compete in any of these again, Brian, you are the remaining champion.
You are the WCW Intercontinental
Hardcore
champion.
Intercontinental champion. If Tara joins next time, I'll get competitive. Yep, that's what we want.
It'll be very competitive.
That's what we want, baby. It's still real to me, damn it.
Damn it.
Let's see if we can make a belt, like a WCW or a WWE belt.
Yeah. You have to do an Ultimate Warrior victory run.
They're just like, oh, that was fun. Yes, so Brian, you are the champ. Congrats to you and well done. Well done.
So we are gonna wrap up for this evening.
Yes, I think we are. It's 11:30. It's almost tomorrow already. And
let's get a nice kip tonight. Have a bit of an early-ish night.
And get a start the weekend nice and fresh. Thank you everyone that has joined in tonight. It's been very nice seeing and chatting to you. Is there anything else we wanted to kind of quickly say before we go?
Go and check out some of our latest videos. So Anthony did a Zara haul, and we did a Shiaka and Ministry of Ood videos. So if you haven't seen them, go and check them out.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier on, we do have some videos planned going forward. So it's just a case of either just finishing editing or recording some new ones. But we do have a couple in the pipelines going forward. So that should keep us, like I said, keep us busy and hopefully keep you all entertained. But yeah, keep an eye out for them within the coming weeks. And yeah, we hope you have a good night as well, lads, bruvs, mandem, utes,
blood,
or the ute, bruh,
bread bin.
Yes, so we'll call it a night. We'll say good night, sleep tight, stay safe, and we love you all. Peace.
Ciao for now.